Nikhil, a very good morning to you. First of all, tell us about the weather conditions currently because we know there are rain predictions. So is rain going to play spoil sport today?
Yes, that's right, Anjali. That has been the big question. Good morning to you and to all our viewers. And I've been inundated with calls from India, friends, relatives, and no one's really asking what the playing 11 is going to be or who's going to start as the favorite, where will the game be won or lost. I think they've got the same question on their mind, just as you asked me, what is the weather like? Because everyone really wants to see that India versus Pakistan encounter. Well, it's about what? Same time as India, 10:15 in the morning here. It's a bit cloudy today. We've been here for the last 2 days. It was sunny the previous 2 days that I was here. Today it's a bit cloudy and there is rain expected according to the Met Department here. There is rain expected here today, but that's predominantly earlier in the day, in the afternoon as such. The good thing is that India-Pakistan is going to be played later in the evening. 7 p.m. is the start time, and by and large, that part of the day or the night is pretty clear. So I've got some good news for our fans. So whatever rain, if it does come our way, it'll be earlier in the day. That I think the ground is capable enough of handling it. They've got good covers here, good drainage facilities. And so come match time, it's going to be largely clear. So to answer your question, I've got good news. You're going to get to see the entire 40 overs today.
Right, Nikhil, but if at all the match ends in washout, which team really benefits from it strategically?
If it's a washout, I think both teams will take it because as you look at the entire tournament, and we have to put the game into context because sometimes India-Pakistan encounters, we get so carried away with emotions and matchups that we forget the larger picture. So what's the larger picture? I mean, one is whichever team wins, they are through to the Super 8s because both teams have won their initial 2 games. So one more win and they are guaranteed a spot in the Super 8. But even if a team was to lose today, the way this particular group is, you will see both India and Pakistan qualify unless there is a massive upset in their final game. But that also, looking at how the other teams have performed, doesn't seem likely. So with just getting one win here or there is not going to help them qualify. So at the moment, whichever team wins is guaranteed a spot. Even a loss would mean they go through to the Super 8. And then, of course, so you can lose the India-Pakistan game and yet have an equal amount of chance of winning the tournament. So in that context, there's no winner or a loser. If it's a washout, then both teams take the point, and that in itself guarantees them a spot in the next encounter. So I think in that sense, they're not going to worry. But from India's point of view, if I was to look at it, I think India would fancy their chances. They go into this tournament as favorites. They've got the wood over Pakistan when you look at the previous record as well. And I think that is something that India would like to do and ensure that there are no hiccups towards the end.
All right, Nikhil, thank you so much for getting us that good news. There were questions looming over whether the match will even happen or not because of the rain. But my colleague Nikhil, who's right there in Colombo, getting us this news that the rain might happen, but earlier in the day, not at the time of the match. And the cricket ground might manage that much rain. So that's the good news coming in from Colombo. All eyes now remain on the big battle, the cricketing battle on the grounds of Colombo between India and Pakistan.